Live preview for .NET MAUI applications will never be the same again because they've added a new revolutionary way to see your application running inside of Visual Studio and make modifications with it without having to debug it at all. So let's check it out. Hey everyone, I'm James, and I saw this feature previewed from Rachel at .NET Conf in the .NET MAUI session with David, and I'll put it in the show notes below of all the new features in .NET 9, but I didn't really grasp it until I rewatched it and started playing with this feature, which is being able to use live preview without debugging your application. You might be saying to yourself, well, why does that matter? Well, sometimes debugging and compilation steps and deployment steps take a long time. So being able to live preview your application without actually having to go through all those steps can be absolutely awesome. We got to check it out. Okay, so I'm inside of Visual Studio 2022. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the debug here on the Windows application. Now this is pretty standard, but it boots up everything. Here I can resize the window just like you'd expect. And we can see a bunch of things going on like diagnostics. I get my XAML live preview here. I get a live visual tree coming on over here. I get live property menus. I get all the things, right? If I tap on something, I get all the different properties coming in just like that. But you might be like playing around in your application and you might say, okay, well, I don't actually want to go through a full debug. I don't need to do anything. I just want to see my application right here. So all you got to do is hit this live preview button right here. This is going to bring up the live preview pane, just like we saw earlier, and you can pin it. You can do anything you want on it. And here's my application. Now, what actually happened under the hood was that it launched your application over here. You can now just use your application, navigate around into it, and you can see the live preview over here. You still get this adornment, being able to go and tap on one of the elements, and that will bring it into the live visual tree. You get all those same exact live property editing coming on here. We get the live preview coming on here as well. I can tap on one, but I'm not debugging my application. I'm just coming in and I'm using it as normal. So if I wanted to come in, for example, and tap on this icon over here, I can see that I get navigated to it right here. I can pull up my live preview. There we go. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's say fit height. Perfect. And I'm going to say something else in here. And just like that, it's still updating it. I'm not debugging my application at all, right? If I want to come into the save, I can say save this now, just like that. I could go ahead and delete that if I wanted to. Now it's going to go away. I'm going to bring it back. And just like that, it's back. So this is super crazy cool to be able to do that. Now it's going to look at whatever you have on your debug menu as your default, and it will launch it just like it did automatically. So now, for example, if I go ahead and go away with it, it's gone. And we can see that it says relaunch live preview. Now the same thing is really nice is you can hit the live preview button, or you can also hit just run without debugging, which often is a much, much faster way of getting your application up and running. It still obviously has to compile your application and then deploy it on your machine. But when we actually run without debugging, we can see that I still get all the same menus, all the same things coming up. So it's the same exact thing. So if I go ahead and close this down, hit it again, just like that, it's going to pop back up. And boom, there's my application running. Now I like this because actually it shows my application, without actually having to pull it full screen by default when I run it, all this stuff, but it does need to be up. Now the cool part is that you can, of course, toggle this. So if I was to change this over to Android and I select an Android emulator, I can hit that live preview button. Now I also have over here my Android emulator. So this is going to, of course, now build my application up, and then it's going to go ahead and deploy it. So let's go ahead and tap that button, waiting to build and launch the application, and we'll go ahead and see it. Now, of course, it's really going to depend on your application. If it had a lot of changes, it had to do a lot of stuff, but we can see here already, the deploy was successful. My application should be starting now. There we go. My application is up and running, and we have my XAML live preview without having to go through a full debug, all those changes, all that stuff. I can tap on it. It can go directly into it. It's super cool, right? So you're able to get this all up and running, which is crazy. And then if I go ahead and I tap on this and I go and like clear it out. So let me clear all. Visual Studio will know and it will like make it go away completely. I can relaunch that as well. Now, what this is really cool is that this is actually running inside of a dev box. So this is using nested virtualization for my machine here, which is crazy to think about. I'm running an Android emulator inside of a virtual machine, Microsoft dev box, and I'm just going and running the application, and boom, it's using the XAML Live preview. I have all the things that I'm used to without having to go through a full compilation step or anything like that. And that's nice when you just want to see your application, click around, change on something, and then get it up and running, which is so cool to see. All right, so let's say now you want to actually go enable this. Well, how would you go ahead and do it? Well, you have to have at least the latest preview version of Visual Studio. Now, by the time this comes out, or you might be watching, you might already be on stable and you might already be there based on when 17.13 launches. So Visual Studio 2022, 17.13, any of the previews have it. Now, what you'll want to do is enable it. Now, again, this might already be enabled for you, but go into Tools Options, and inside of here, just type in XAML. And the first thing you'll want to do under Preview Features is enable XAML Live Preview Launch, and this is going to require a restart. Now, after that, you'll want to go into Debugging, XAML Hot Reload, and make sure you also have Enable XAML Live Preview to be launched outside of the debugger. It's experimental here. Again, these things will change as it goes into the mainline branch as well. That's there. And after that, you're good to go. Now, you can just simply hit that live preview button directly right there, which is super rad to see. I also love that they put additional buttons up here to show live visual tree and the live property explorer. And now you're able to easily just get your application up and running and see it happen here, all with the XAML Live preview. Now, me personally, when I'm going through this, I want to be really iterative. I'm probably going to default to my Windows machine. It is just going to be the fastest. And I love that whenever you switch between these and you hit that live preview button, it's now going to know to launch the Windows version of the application. So normally for me, when I'm iterating through my application, that's always going to be the fastest there. As we see here, it's just simply coming up, pops open the application, and there it is, just like that. So it's so cool to see it. And then you can make any changes that you want. All right, well, there you have it. It's kind of one of my new favorite crazy features that I never even thought that I would use or needed in my life. And now that I have it, I just click that button and it, boom, it pops up right away. Let me know what you think of this brand new feature if you're going to use it in your application development and any other hot reload features you're using. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. There's just so many cool productivity features packed into Visual Studio. I'm going to keep putting out videos here on my channel. So make sure you like it. That helps out the channel. Subscribe so you stay up to date. That's going to do it for this one. So until next time, I'm James. Thanks for watching.